Hey, what's up everybody? I wanted to do a showcase video on this MacBook and its screen. This is a 2008 Unibody MacBook, not a MacBook Pro. It is not a MacBook Pro. You can see right there. This is basically just a 13-inch MacBook Pro, but this is before they branded it as such. It was released first as a special edition of the regular MacBook. And one thing that it's notable for is its price to screen ratio. So, the screen on this computer is 13.3 inches, and first off, the color reproduction is not excellent. I am actually using a color profile on this machine, so I will need to switch it to the default so that there are no modifications in this video. And the color reproduction is not excellent on its own, but the problem mostly stems from the viewing angle. So if I were to, you can see kind of there at the top, especially this black. Tilt it back. You see how it gets distorted? It goes negative. Look at the center. Look at the aurora, the burst. See, the dock is in good focus. Turn that down. The dock is white and washed, as you can see. Very limited viewing angle. Very, very limited viewing angle, and I know there's a light in the way. But yeah, if I were to just pan up, you can see the kind of distortion. From some angles, it is ridiculously hard to see the display. And now some will say, obviously, just, yeah, look at it straight on. You're not going to use it at such an extreme angle. Well, there is no such thing as looking at it straight on. If I go to, hopefully this has it, solid colors, solid gray dark, just find a wallpaper that has a lot of black. Earth. It might not show on camera, but being mostly black, the black level is not very good. But if you look at it, the blacks are not even. At the top and the bottom, it is a different shade of black. And if you tilt it at all, it just exaggerates that effect greatly, and it just distorts it. So there's really not a whole lot to do about it because it's part of the actual display technology. So basically you're stuck with this. But yeah, even like just looking at it like this, and I mean this is a fairly normal angle to be using it at, the top of the aurora gets blown out. And obviously from like low angles, you can't even see it anymore. And that's because it uses a TN screen, very low quality TN screen. Obviously the MacBook Pros at the time had a TN screen, all the pre-Retinas had a TN screen, but they were higher quality panels. This one is not very great though. For a computer that retailed for $1,300, it's not great. Compare it to something like an iMac, where you have, it's an IPS display, or like an iPhone or whatever that has an IPS display. You can look at it from a pretty good viewing angle, and it will not do that. So yeah, in my opinion, I like a good screen. I love good screens, obviously, who doesn't? But I am definitely a nitpicker when it comes to screens, and this is crap, just for that reason. With my color profile, with my custom color profile, you can get decent color out of it. Not amazing, but livable. But the viewing angle, it's just terrible. So, yeah. And for that reason, I probably will eventually invest in another MacBook of some kind, a newer one that has a better screen. But until then, I have this thing, and it is just not great. So, mine also has problems with it that are unit-specific defects, or failures rather. DVD drive does not work, there's something stuck in it that I cannot get out. Webcam does not work, which does not matter to me. The Bluetooth has failed, which is unfortunate, and the hinge is damaged. The magnetic latch. Normally you should just be able to open this up. That time it kind of worked, but if I tried to close it, I had to use my whole hand there. But yeah, sometimes it kind of snaps into a position that's good, but a fair chunk of the time that you do this lifting up, it will lift the whole computer up, which is the purpose, which is what it's trying to fix. So that's also messed up. So I'm really disappointed in the screen though. It's just not good. I have here a 15-inch gateway monitor, which is TN, but 1,000 times better than this. And this, where's their battery power? Cool. And this is a 2002 screen. 2002. And it looks better than this. I have plenty of other screens that are better from the past. And everything else about it, of course mine has unit-specific defects, but everything else about this is pretty good. The speakers are quite decent for a 13-inch laptop. Keyboard is nice, trackpad is nice, port selection is pretty good for my use. The only thing I'd wish for is an SD card. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty good laptop, easy to get into, that kind of stuff. But the screen ruins it. The screen absolutely ruins it. So for anybody that is an Apple collector or is looking for an old MacBook, I would not recommend the late 2008 Unibody MacBook. Not at all. I would also not recommend the white plastic MacBooks from early 2009 or earlier, the non-Unibodies, as they have a lot of problems as well. I would recommend, you can kind of see the hinge should not do that. I'll make another video showing that off better, but I would recommend at the least getting a 13-inch MacBook Pro, the first model, or get the late 2009 or early 2010 Unibody white plastic MacBook, because it is quite a decent piece of kit and it has a good screen on it. That is one of the most likely options for me, because they can be found for about $100 or sometimes less than that, which is a good deal. So I hope you all enjoyed it. If you were looking to buy one of these, I hope that this has helped. If you can deal with the screen, like if for some reason, if you use it with an external display or you just use it for some reference work and you really don't need a good screen, and it might be decent for you, but I'd overall recommend getting something like that white one. Because if you ever do decide to use it for anything that needs a good screen, then you have something that's at least livable. Now you may also find, if you get lucky, some very late production runs of these, we're talking spring of 2009 to June of 2009, had a newer screen that was slightly better. But of course you have to get lucky, so you don't want to play the lottery with these. Not on mine. So, hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys later.